Alrighty. And get positioned. I forgot how sensitive my my controller was. So we are shining in 3 different Pokemon today for Shiny Alpha Week. First one is this Ninetales here. The other one, basically we're just doing a straight shot, 3 static alpha checks. I'm just gonna go down just a little lower so it can spawn in. This is not the perfection file because we don't have the shine charm on that yet. This is my other file, which is probably just as perfected as the other one is naturally. So I just watched the Palace game against Everton. Such a heartbreaking loss. But that's fine. So the reason why we're doing this route is because I want to try to claim the Empoleon from when I tried to do a map quest like a year and a half ago, and I just stopped. I hate resets. I really do. I really hate doing reset hunts in any form. And that's more or less what a targeted map quest is. Like a dream map quest. Because I had Kristen pick the targets. So ideally, Empoleon shines. That's the idea. That's the that's the perfect target. But I'll take any of the other two. There is a Luminian, but I have to go like out of my way to get to the Luminian. Like, it's not a... This is a very efficient hunt. Like, because we have multiple targets, I'm not too worried over the next 3 days that I'll be doing this. All three of those entries are perfected, so we have the best odds possible. It's just a question of whether or not we get it. Hey Skelly, how we doing? You had a nice time today? Good. I know Arsenal had a good game. Well, I didn't watch the game. I saw the highlights at halftime. I didn't watch any of the early kickoffs because I was just doing work in my yard. And then groceries and a whole bunch of other stuff. Dad had a father-son day and it was perfect. Awesome. Yeah, Kristen is with her sister, so I've had the whole day to myself. And of course, I just spent it doing house chores until now. So we're gonna go like 3-4 hours today. Went to an F1 exhibition in London. Went on a cable car to the O2. Had Five Guys for the first time. Ooh, Five Guys is good. I don't know how Five Guys is over where you're at, but Five Guys is good over here. And I say that because I know some of especially those fast food chains, they're different everywhere you go, depending on the country you go to. Kristen? Alright, Kristen, let's just message me. She's on her way home. She'll be home in like an hour. Maybe a little longer. I'm glad you had a good day. I'm glad you had a good Saturday every day. There's 5 guys in as well. I know, we couldn't. We fell behind to Everton, and then we tied it, and then defensive blunder led to the go-ahead goal by Everton. To be fair, they've had one hell of a week. They've had a lot of very heroic, very emotional week in both their games this week. And they're in really good form. To be fair, they played well. We didn't play half bad. There was times where we just looked better, and then we just made poor mistakes. Really, like, Wharton's now just getting his legs. He made a very bad decision that led to the second goal. But the unfortunate part of the fortunate situation is the bottom 3 is so bad. Palace, anyone that's not the bottom 3, maybe except for Wolves, like the bottom 4, 3 of those 4 are going down, and that's it. Like, there's no threat for anyone else. Which kind of sucks for the drama of the league, because there's no, like... I know, right? City just decided they wanted to play soccer again. I think them getting the crap scared out of them in the Champions League is making them come into form right now. It doesn't matter where we go, because we have to fast travel to the arena regardless. Honestly, I'm excited. Want to know? Tomorrow? I have no idea. Tomorrow. I know Liverpool. I only really know the Premier League schedule. I know it's what? Liverpool and Wolves, and Man U against someone. I forget who Man U's from. North London Derby in the WSL? That would be North London WSL, I'm assuming. I have no idea who's even in the WSL. But I'm glad, honestly, I'm glad that female soccer, female footy is getting that type of attention and that type of hype. That is amazing. Orlando has our team that we just won our league championship last season. I just can't, I don't support it because, I'll be honest, the reason Emmanuel faced Tottenham tomorrow in the Prem. Okay, that's who Manu plays. I want to support the women's soccer team here. I just don't have the time. And I'm not going to fake support a club. I'm not going to say I'm a Orlando Pride fan and not be able to watch their games or want to watch their games or go to any of their games. If I'm going to stay neutral, I'm going to stay neutral. I'm not going to fake say that I support it. Like, I was super excited that they won the championship last year. Bouvet Inter tomorrow? Ooh, that's a good one. I kind of hope that Ninetales shines, because that Ninetales shines beautiful. The MLS season starts... Hey, Vim. MLS season starts next week. I'm super excited for it. Orlando City looked really good against Miami in a friendly yesterday. 0-0 Leverkusen versus Bayern. Ooh, that would be a good match. I definitely did not even try to plan around anything that wasn't the Palace game today. I'm just gonna call myself out. I was like, all right, let me get everything done. Palace game is at 12:30 my time. Let me watch that game and then stream. That is legitimately how I plan my Saturday. No other game is even an interest. I didn't even know tonight. I'll see how Kristen feels. I might put on the NBA the NBA stuff, because this weekend's NBA All-Star Weekend, and tonight would be like the slam dunk competition, the three-point shootout. I might watch that tonight. I'll be honest, I might watch that. I don't mind that. As I shiny up. I am prepping Fion eggs in Scarlet and Violet now that I do not have to do Flake Cocoa because of Pokemon Go, which is amazing. Even though I had 10 boxes of Flake Cocoa eggs, I did find one shiny out of that list, or out of that 30 or 300 eggs, so I only have to get 2 and go now. But I'm setting up Fion in Scarlet and Violet. And I will get the Manaphy probably by weekends. I just need to do a touch trade with someone with Diamond, and I have like 2 people saying, yeah, dude, just hit me up, and I just don't have the energy. After a long day of work, I kind of struggle to finish out like doing stuff like that lately. Been definitely a motivation thing for me. I went on a simulator in F1 Exhibition. Ooh. What do we touch today? I need to do Palkia from Diamond in Shining, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl for Manaphy. And dude, I would love to be in a rig just to see how bad I am. Like, honestly, I do not expect myself to be good driving or doing competitive, like, racing rig stuff, but I'd love to just put myself behind it one time. When I was in Detroit, I think. No, I was in Toronto, actually. There was an F1 exhibition in your 1 second lap slower in a rig, and that's without practice. Wow. And I know you didn't say without practice, but I know if you practice that, you would be better, if not closer to your controller. Yeah, there was like an F1 exhibition when I was in Toronto last summer, but we didn't have time, and I didn't want to spend extra money to go to it. Because I also knew Kristen wouldn't enjoy it. So we went to the Hockey Hall of Fame. We both really enjoyed the Hockey Hall of Fame. That was such a good time. We both enjoyed it in our own different ways. Kristen took pictures like crazy, and I just read on all the stuff that I wanted to read on. And she was like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm in the International Hall." I read up on I was like reading every display of like all the stories of all the non-famous countries and stuff like that. Miner versus Dortmund. Ooh. I have like a million Discord messages. Hold on. No, it's just how everything is. Okay. Yeah, so if you're into Pokemon Go and you want to plan for next week, definitely go to the YouTube channel. I know I'm streaming on YouTube right now as well. I outlined very briefly a short, little video. I didn't go into a lot of detail because there's detail out there that could have been... Oh. Hold on, I just had a very good question from a friend of mine. Sorry, someone just asked me a very good Pokemon Go question about the Hoopa Unbound event. Saying, is it good? Is it worth it? So, Trainer Club did a really good video outlining... That's not shiny. No. Outlining Hoopa Unbound's position in Pokemon Go. And if you can get a good one, it's a solid Psychic, Dark, or Ghost attacker because of its moveset. Obviously, it's not a Ghost type Pokemon, but has very strong attack and has access to a ghost type move. If someone invites me to a remote raid for that, I would do it, but I'm obviously chilling here today. I got 3 remote raid passes just in case someone does it. Another tense day, so we stole a point today, but the gap is 3 points, and Carly still have a game at hand, which they play on Tuesday. No, Guard Champion messaged me privately about that, so I figured I'd answer that question. I kind of wanted to do it, but I looked at the time. I'm like, obviously, if I was going to do it and Kristen was home, it's been raining all day and I've been out. Yeah, I saw in the game it was just like raining the entire time in South London. I wasn't going to go out of my way for it. I just had other priorities today. I usually don't do the raid days anymore because they're not fun, I guess, for lack of better terms. Like, Kristen and I would do our minimum go. Because I know Kristen doesn't want to go walking around like a big park to go raiding. With that being said, Road to Unova starts in about 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing a summary video for that as well. I should have that up by Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. And then I'll have a summary for the Unova tour shortly, like the beginning of the week. So the beginning of when Road Unova event's going on. The prep for those last 2 events for the season. And Pokemon Go announced their schedule, and holy crap. They have every weekend booked for an event, sometimes double booking their own weekend. And I'm just going to pick and choose when I want to do it. Like, there's so much that's been planned. Just general kind of things planned. Not like, we don't know the details of the events, other than we do know that March's Community Day is going to be quick over. That's the only thing we do. But they definitely want to book you out. And again, it's the summer. They want to make sure that plan accordingly. Well, we have no details. And Pokemon Go is really good about having events on the weekends. And the days in between events are getting shorter and shorter, which is not a bad thing by any means. By no means is not having like events like that's why these type of games are really successful, because they always have content to keep you entertained, and you're not just hunting the same Pokemon over and over again when you're casually going on a walk or something like that. That's a great part of the game. It's just it put a lot of, I want to say a lot of sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, because why overstimulate the player base? In my opinion, if you have them playing, that's fine. But announcing all that detail, just you overstimulate your player base, and your player base feels overwhelmed. That's what my opinion is on that. I did play this earlier today to perfect the Ninetales and Gastrodon dex entries, and ended up getting a shiny Finian as I was doing it. I'm like, oh, that's great. I don't know if Finian's perfected on this file or not. Speaking of football and relegation, there is a rumor that's coming out that the USL is planning to make a league structure, a pyramid, between the USL Championship, and USL League 1 or League 2. So basically a 3-level pyramid for the US, for another US soccer system that will have promotion and relegation. And it has support by the US Soccer Federation, so it would be considered a top flight. The top tier of it would be considered top flight soccer. I'm very intrigued on how the MLS is going to want to cooperate and or integrate into that system. I sure hope for like a cultural thing, like they make a decision, and I'm okay. I'm okay if you keep the 30 number, which is what they have. I think 30 is way too many teams, but if they want to keep 30 teams in the top tier and have the MLS and Major League Soccer be the top tier, and they make it 4 complete tiers, that would be fine too. But that is something that's kind of boiling up in the U.S. Soccer Federation kind of conversations. But it's going to be very intriguing to see how that would work. Sounds good. Well, we really don't even know how all of it's being like introduced. Right now, the assumption made with the conversations that got kind of just out and like, I wouldn't say leaked, but kind of leaked, was that the USL is just going to separate away from MLS, and there will be 2 You're not catching the PCG. I know you. I just looked up. Like, oh, you're confused now. There's a chance that there will be quote unquote 2 top tier or top flight leagues in the United States, which would be stupid. But you can also argue that MLS isn't a solo country league when you have Canadian teams in it as well. Which also would allow U.S. Soccer to stop dealing with MLS negotiations for things. Which I don't blame them. MLS does not have the best interests of U.S. Soccer in mind when they make their decisions, even though they should. I know you have Welsh teams, and Welsh you have Welsh clubs in your pyramid too. It's just interesting right now. It's definitely in the preliminary, like the intro stages of just the conversations. Like realistically, it's just the information is basically just leaked to the media. No one knows the true details or seriousness of the conversations either. Oh, Wrexham, yeah. I can only imagine how annoying hearing about Wrexham is. Like with everything's happening, Wrexham just has all that momentum. There's no way they're gonna stop until they like kind of get stuck in a league. Like Wrexham is like being I'm assuming if someone says they're a Wrexham fan, you always just kind of be like, okay, how long have you been a Wrexham fan? 2 years? Like they're like a Dallas Cowboys fan or a Yankees fan over here. Guard Champion just sent me he has a 98% Koopa Unbound that he got. I'm just basically gonna say, don't prioritize the sources. So basically, if you have a good Hoopa from the raid event, don't prioritize unless you have the resources to spare. Because it's not, it's solid, it's cute, it's good, but it's not like great. Hey Asher. I completely just, I need to trust the sound. Our semi-final with them has been confirmed. Every single article about stated that Wrexham date in the final is this date, and they'll most likely face Birmingham. Yeah, it's very similar to almost what happened over here in the States during the Super Bowl. Like, the Eagles seemed just like they were just a footnote to the Super Bowl. Because the Chiefs were three-peating, and everyone had a quote-unquote down year, and no one wanted to give the Eagles credit. It is your favorite scoundrel. That's media bias. Over here we call East Coast bias, but I'm sure you guys have media biases, especially when it comes to sports columns over there. Asher, hopefully you're having a good weekend, man. Absolutely good. I've had a very well, I can't say I had an unproductive weekend. I did work on my yard this morning, and then I'm going to borrow my father-in-law's chainsaw so I can get work done in my backyard tomorrow in London. Probably tomorrow when I have Kristen, because I want to have Kristen have a second set of hands, because I'm going to be using the chainsaw to cut down a palm tree in my backyard. It's just way too close to my house, like to my physical house. So I just want to cut it down so it doesn't like do anything during the storm. So I'm getting the chainsaw tomorrow. And then I'm gonna cut it down, and then after I cut it down, probably I'll try to cut it up a little bit, but I don't know. Like, I'll have to plan like a time where I have to go to the county dump to get rid of the pieces, because I pulled up like old. So in my front yard, there were what's called railroad ties. So they're just purely cosmetic. They're just big things of wood that you screw into in place, and for this case next to my driveway. But my yard over the years has overgrown it. So it's no point of having it there, so I'm just pulling it up before it just becomes a problem. So I'm not even replacing it, I'm just filling the gap where the wood was in the yard with more sod. And I'm just gonna have my yard grow up to the edge of my driveway to overgrow that area and just make it cleaner, I guess. I also raked up probably close to 40 pounds of rock. And I still don't even have it. At this point, I only have about 3/4 of that rock raked up. I just don't have any containers to hold it all. So that's why I had to stop that project today. Yeah, I know, you see me. You angry with me. I get it, Empoleon. You're one angry penguin. So I'm just like doing, for lack of better terms, adult stuff with my house. I'll tell you, Kristen ain't complaining, because it means I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff that she wants done too. After I get everything with my front yard done, I think the next project is I have to put up my fence gate back up that fell down from one of the hurricanes last year. So I just have to set money aside for that. And I say set money aside. I have the fence panels. That's the easy part. I have to get the concrete and just double check how much do I need more posts. There's some research into the project I have to do. But yeah, that's the joy of ownership. I just want to keep my house looking nice. Because the inside of my house looks great. Kristen's done a really good job decorating, keep the house clean and functional. I just want to I want the outside to look just as good as the inside. Yesterday was your birthday? Well, congrats. Happy birthday. So you're Valentine's Day, baby. That must be good and bad. A friend of mine has his birthday the day before Valentine's, and he hates it. he'd rather just he'd rather be about his birthday than Valentine's Day. He hates it, and I'm like, why, dude? You're married. Your wife loves giving gifts. He's like, I still hate my birthday being like this. I'm like, okay. Don't realize the fact that your wife loves giving you gifts and she'll give you 2 days worth of gifts very easily. Because I know his wife very, very, very well. Her love language is giving gifts. So, but he struggles understanding that. Well, hopefully you had a good birthday. Hopefully you had what you wanted out of it. Birthday being on a Friday is probably also really good too. Then you got to enjoy a good part of the beginning part of a good weekend. Drop down just a little bit. I need to trim my beard. Kristen made fun of me because I took a shower after I did yard work. My beard was still soft, like dripping wet. She goes, "You need to learn how to clean your beard." Like, look, this thing is thick. It's gonna hold water for like 2 hours. She's like, "I don't believe it." I said, "You do the same with your hair." She goes like, "Shut up." But again, I hope everyone's having a good Saturday in general. It's a long weekend over here for most people in the United States. Not everyone will have Monday off for the holiday, but I do. So I'll be streaming Monday after I get a couple things done in the morning. We're going to be doing Shiny Alpha Week. We're still going to be targeting some alphas. I've been there. I went before I went to bed last night. I uploaded my video for for YouTube. I was like, I recorded it like 3 days ago. I just never uploaded it. I chose a cheesecake. Oh, good choice. Good choice for cake. Good quality cheesecake's always a good cake. I know most people don't consider that a good birthday cake, but they're wrong. I've been there. Everyone's like, "Oh, you like cheesecake?" I said, "Yeah." Because what type of? I'm like, just give me a plain New York style cheesecake. Don't give me any. Like, you could put like a strawberry on top of it, maybe a little bit of whipped cream. Don't give me those other versions of cheesecake. Yes, they're probably delicious, but when you say cheesecake, you mean cheesecake. You want cheesecake now? Sorry. Sorry. People are messaging me as I'm streaming. Like, from here, there's an Alpha Tentacruel over there, and then there's an Alpha Luminion just over here. That's kind of out of the way, and we can't guarantee that we'll stay in the same flight with the Grayberry. So we just picked the 3. Like, pretty much the straight line of Ninetales, Gastrodon, and Empoleon here. Eugene, the entire Pokedex to get a hand on the events. On the distributions. I did it the hard way. I'm not even like trying for the Meltan, because I got the Meltan at Go during the most recent time you could get it. So like, I was doing it to help a friend, and then they announced it was Meltan. I'm like, well, I have no motivation to do this now. Don't do that. That was rude. Demers. I need to work on for the Keldeo. Yeah, that was a little rough. I got the Enamorous done. I'll probably work on Keldeo this week. I have it all written down. My notebook's right over there, so I know what to target. I just have to sit down and like read as much as I can, and then try to get other things here and there written down. For me, I do play other games, and most other games also do that a lot. Or don't get. I get it. No, I'm not even saying it's wrong. I would say it's not really preferred, but it's not really wrong, I guess. It's the same. It's no different than doing touch trades with someone who did all the work, and then you just get the free. You get the free giveaway when they do all the work, and you're just putting their work into your deck, your home, and then giving it back. Still a real difference. Yeah, it's what is it in the shiny hunting world? Like a lot of shiny hunters who want to do the Gen 5 events, like they're hacking. They're using DNS manipulation, so it's not like you said. It's not much different. Yeah, member card, changing your trainer ID to hunt Manaphy, a complicated way. Like all that kind of stuff. I get it. How many even for PJ Shruti and Final Fantasy? You're fine. Like I'm gonna do this to about 5:30, and then make dinner after I'm done streaming. So last night we had steak. Tonight I think I'm gonna do pork chops. Monday, while I'm streaming, I'm home alone all day. I'm gonna make myself some buffalo chicken. So I'm gonna have the buffalo chicken dip like in my crock pot as I stream. And when I'm done streaming, like well after lunchtime, just have that for lunch. But a coworker and I were talking yesterday about like our favorite snacks. He goes, "Man, I make a good chicken dip." I'm like, "Dude, you just spoke my love language." I could play Cobalt, play Persona, Final Fantasy, No, I get it. Like, I didn't know that that you could hack in the code or this item. Making the Pokemon makes sense. I didn't know that you could also get it like in terms of origin game to be there, so it tricks home and thinking it's good. Let's put it that way. But I'm not surprised at the same time. Time streaming Monday. I'm gonna aim for like 9:30, 10 o'clock. It really depends on how long. I mean, you tell me what time you're streaming, and I can plan accordingly. I'm home all day. I was like gonna stream like fairly early in the morning after I go on a walk to get to double check my 25 kilometers for the week in Pokemon Go. Cause I really didn't do that. 7 p.m. UK. That's 2 p.m. I'll be done by. That's 2 p.m. my time. I'll be done by then. I don't plan on streaming all day. I want to stream in the morning while my buffalo chicken dip cooks. I did it the quick and dirty way, but still passed. Okay. I don't know how. Let's put it this way. I'm not surprised that you make Pokedex trek home didn't do anything. Like Pokemon historically has not been good at doing hack prevention checks, so that makes sense. Yeah, in the afternoon on Monday, I'm ideally going to be doing YouTube editing and stuff for YouTube. I just want to stream because it's Shiny Alpha Week. I would love to get a Shiny Alpha as part of Shiny Alpha Week. Just get one. And I know there's Shiny Hunters out there doing permutations and flying over MMOs and all that stuff. I'm just doing these 3 statics. That's my goal. I want one of these statics potentially to be Shiny. And they're perfect dex entries with a Shiny Charm, so hopefully after 3 sessions, each session's going to be about 2 to 3 hours. I'm not going long on these. Because like Monday morning, I'm gonna go to the park in the morning, more likely, and I'm going to do prep for Road to Unova event. I want to record that video and get that ready to go. I want to get some stuff for the podcast put together. Maybe even work on a deck. I don't have to do anything with. I don't have to do deck of the week this week for the podcast, which is nice. I beat tutorial, then I put my save in Pokedex for each game. And Pokedex shows generate living decks is only available. Ah. I mean, Pokedex is a thing. It's fine. I just don't know it well, and I don't want. I probably could learn it just because I have morbid curiosity, but I enjoy the grind. But I also only play Pokemon, so I get it. I absolutely get it. I understand. Time is a very valuable resource. One box at a time. Yeah, a 30 limit. It's a pain in the butt. Now, I cleaned up my home. It's not clean, but at least all my Pokemon are there. I mean, I have the upgraded version of home, so I have like all those spots. But I really should go through and kind of clean up the junk. But I don't want to at the same time because I'm always afraid if I get rid of something that I could use as like a breed for like a situation like this. Like I just grabbed a horse Pokemon, dropped it into my Sword and Shield box, and I'm like, I'm gonna do eggs one night. 3 dexes to 4 hours. That sounds right. just Legends Arceus left. That's the one I had the easiest, but I of course, I play this game like crazy. I love this game. So this one didn't take me long to do at all. And I could have done it all by myself, but I didn't want to do space-time distortion stuff, so the 3 Pokemon I didn't have was Rampardos, Shieldon, and a Magmite. Somehow I didn't have a Magmite. And my friend was like, I can just trade them to you, so you don't have to sit and subject yourself to space-time distortion. I'm like, thank you. That helps a lot. Because I was going to probably stream later on Monday, but I ended up doing the front yard today instead of Monday, because what I wanted to do is do my take care of my palm tree today, but I was just going to trim it. And the palm, I knew I had a tall palm tree, I just didn't realize how tall of a palm tree I had. So I'm like, alright, well, I can't trim this thing without a ladder. I don't own a ladder. So I asked Kristen, I'm like, does your dad have a chainsaw? Like, if I'm just going to get frustrated at trimming the palm branches, I might as well just cut the sucker down. And her dad's like, yeah, I have a chainsaw. All I have to do is put gas in it. I said, deal. I'll buy myself $5 worth of gas or $6 worth of gas to cut that thing down. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Because I need Kristen for it. So I just need a second set of hands to make sure the tree doesn't lean toward my house and just leans into my open backyard. I'm back. Cranberry and raspberry tea. I'm not a raspberry fan. The Dex generator messed up a bit, though, so often I got a mainly Gen 1 box. Ooh. I'm honestly surprised nothing is shined yet. So I'm flying over a good, like, maybe 20 at Pokemon every single time. Nope, one too many presses. I don't know why I'm so tired. Yes, I've done chores, but I shouldn't be like exhausted because of what I did. I just raked up rocks really today. I need to find a way to get rid of them. Like, they're sitting there in 2 different tubs in my garage right now. I'm like, I know my garbage man not gonna take this. It's way too heavy. I'll probably end up taking it to work and throwing it out the dumpster at work. Oh, it's for sure the afternoon lull. I almost didn't stream because I falling asleep on the couch. I use live hacks, so it's easily fixed just by opening the game. Connect online. Oh, that's not too bad. At least it's efficient. know what? You're shiny. Takes maybe 6 minutes. That's not too bad. Part of me is really tempted if I get the Ninetales and or Empoleon to go shiny him for the Alpha Dusknoir. I would just have to make it nighttime when I'm doing the flying, that's all. I don't think my Dusknoir is perfected in my deck. It's mostly because it's me. I'm one of the fastest generators alive. Let me look at one thing while I'm on my phone here. Basically, I'm looking to see how long or how close to 25 kilometers I am per week in Pokemon Go. To see if I'm just doing 1 lap in the morning or 2. I'm outmatched only by robots. You only don't. So only robots are faster than you? You need to get faster than the robots. We'll be lurking. No worries, members. Nice. 22-2, yeah, so it's just a lap. Is there anything over here? Like an alpha-wise? I don't think there's a static alpha. No, definitely not. Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know. Afternoon lull is hitting me hard right now. Even with my energy drink. But that's part of the reason why I don't like these like reset style fights. I love shiny Pokemon. I love Alpha Pokemon. I think shiny Alpha. Like I think Alpha is such a really good concept that they honestly have not like oversaturated or overdone, which is amazing. I mean, I could just do a whole bunch of MMOs. I really like the static checks. Except for Empoleon just like despawns all the time. I could go another route, which goes and checks an Alpha Motham. I kind of want the Alpha Ninetales to be shiny, to be honest. What sucks is like the Gastrodon is super subtle. So I'm relying on the fact that I'm not so high up I can see the sparkles. And I know I'm not too high up for the Empoleon and for the Ninetales. Another shiny alpha I'd love to have is Gliscor. I think the Gliscor is so pretty in this game. Fantasy 9, nice. What I might do is I know I was doing the Perfected Dex challenge on a brand new game file. But I think I might pick it up on this main file. Because obviously I have the Shiny Charm, but if I just grind out the Perfected Dex on this, so when like these type of events happen, everything will be popping off. Which would be a little stupid, but it would be fun at the same time. Because right now, obviously my 3 targets are perfected, and I have the Shiny Charm, so I have the best odds possible. Or I could do it in that file and just kind of grind off stream. Which is definitely doable. Because right now I'm kind of in this little lull as a shiny hunter where a lot of my targets are resets. And I want to do DAs on stream because they're fun. Yeah, we were a little over halfway on the brand new file. We were a little bit halfway in that file. So it was like, it's not going to take a lot, especially if I just grind and do a whole bunch of it off stream and just like when I feel like it, stream the progression of that challenge. I can also just do it as we do resets, or as I do fossils. And just kind of not change the rules of my challenge, but kind of say screw it and just get as much of it done any way I care. So like I was purposely avoiding the shiny charm because I wanted to see how many shinies we get with just base odds, but at this point I don't care. So it'd just be like if we wanted to just do fossils on the side and then keep on doing this, we could do it very easily, because then the fossils still would be taking progress off of the living decks, and we'd be doing something as the fossils are going, which is kind of like the reason why I'm doing DAs and fossils right now. But once I run out of DA targets, I'm gonna have to figure something else out. But I'm kind of like in a little bit of a wall. I think it's also like life is catching up with me right now. Like I have a lot happening outside of stream, so I'm like kind of shoehorning stream into life. And there's times where I'm like, I want to stream, but I don't want to overexert myself, and I don't want to make it where stream just seems like I'm doing it for the sake of doing it. I do enjoy it. Like when Shiny Apple Week came up, I'm like, I'm going to change my stream plans for this weekend. Yes, I had a long weekend, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do some Shiny Alpha hunting. Sounds fun, and it is. And I'm just doing the most boring way. I'll be honest. I am doing like one of the most boring things you can do, which is just static resets of flowers. So, like over the last like couple nights, I was hatching 300 eggs of Fuecoco because I wanted to clear out Fuecoco eggs so I can work on Fiona eggs because Fuecoco Community Day is going to make that part of the hunt easier. Like, I'm not against taking advantage of Community Days to fellow living decks. I'm not. Oh, crap. Whatever. So when Fuecoco Community Day was announced, I said, I'm not doing any more of the Fuecoco eggs. Screw that. I ended up getting one out of the 300 eggs. But I ended up doing Fiona eggs during the Palace match. Like, I legit just collected 4 boxes of Fiona eggs during the Palace match. I'm probably going to do another hour session sometime the next night or so. I got one shiny Fuecoco out of 300 eggs. I still need 2 more, but I'm more than willing to wait to Community Day in 3 weeks' time to just do it that way. Because it'll be like getting 2 shinies or even 3 shinies in Pokemon Go on a Community Day is going to be like 1 30-minute walk around my park. With or without Kristen. She doesn't have to come. She doesn't want to. I know she's going to want to, but I don't know if she's going to want to deal with it. But then after Fuecoco, I'll have pretty much everything that I can shiny hunt done in Scarlet Violet. Like, the only holes in my decks are shiny locked. And then, what I've been doing with my living decks is just putting anything that can't be shiny hunted, I'm just putting the regular one in there because I just want to complete decks. I don't like the decks having holes in it because of the arbitrary shiny luck that the developers have put in. So I want, like, when you curse through the game, like if I show you how many pages 120 Pokemon are, I want you to see a Pokemon in every slot, and I'm slowly working on doing that. I just need to move a Miraidon from my Scarlet file into home. That'll pop in that slot. But because my Scarlet file does not have the DLC, it won't be able to put the 2 DLC Pokemon into the home decks because I can't catch them because I'm not going to pay the DLC just for that. That makes no sense to me. So I'll have to wait for the 2 DLC mods, like the Blueberry DLC mods, to just have an event. Because that's how I got Walking Wake early, so I just did the event. So if I can get Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt, that'd be cool. I do need to put a Cub Flu in my decks, so I may have to do Isle Armor Story. Again, just for the plain Cub Flu. I need to put a Cosmoem there, but I have Cosmogs in my Pokemon Go that I can just evolve and then transfer. That's just me being lazy. And then obviously there's Spinda, which you can't. I have 2 shiny Spinda in my BDSP that you can't put in the home. It's just a programming thing. You can't put a shiny Spinda from BDSP to home. So I know I have it, and if anyone ever wants to call me on it, I do not care. Like, I'll probably, if I ever show it off in a video, I'll probably have the Spinda on like the other page, say, look, the shiny Spinda is here. It just can't go in the home because of programming error. If I ever get fortunate enough to get a shiny Spinda and Go, that solves that. Because you can transfer a shiny Spinda from Go to home, but you can't transfer a shiny Spinda from BDSP to home. I don't understand why. I understand the reasoning, but if you can figure it out in Go, I can't figure it out in BDSP. No, I get it. It's because of the... It would be a programming nightmare. I get it. But it doesn't mean that I like it. And then the rest really is just me trying to just have to hunt. Like, the Sword of Justice are coming back to Pokemon Go for a singular day for the Road to Unova. I'm going to try... Actually, I'm going to do the raid hour that day to try to get one of them shiny. I don't care which one. I'll do as many raids as I can that day to get the one shiny, one of them shiny. So it's one less I have to do in Picnic Reset or Campfire resets in Sword and Shield later. Obviously, I have to do Regigigas. That's like probably the next. If I'm going in numerical order, the next task is actually Regigigas. If I'm going in numerical order, which I might go back to once DAs are 100% honest. But Gigas is truthfully a reset, either in BDSP or in Sword and Shield. I'm thinking Sword and Shield because the BDSP cutscene is so long. I need to learn, and I need to learn, but I also need to research the setup in terms of the prep for it. Obviously, I know the prep. You have to get all the Reggies in your party, all 5 of them, and then you go to this. You go to that one spot and you throw in a wishing piece. I get that piece, but is there any other setup you have to do when it comes to when you plop your save point before you do it to make sure that it's a different Reggie every single time? That's the question I want to ask. And I just have, there's videos out there. I know there's videos. I just never bothered to prep that hunt. I would not be upset if GAs come back to Go. I will take advantage of when that is. I think the last time Gigas was in Go, I did do that raid hour because of something. But again, Pokemon Legendaries come back in Pokemon Go. Like, the fear of missing out is real in that game, but you just have to be smart and patient. And you'll never have to worry about the actual true FOMO. Everything comes back in the game. Especially if it has a paywall, it'll come back for free if you wait long enough. Oh, it's coming back during Road to Unova. The reason why we had Enamorus during when we did is because Enamorus is going to be the Valentine's Day Pokemon. I think we're going to get Enamorus 5-star raids every week during Valentine's Day week for the rest of Pokemon Go. Very similar to how we always get Darkrai and Giratina in October. It's just an easy programming thing for them. Yeah, I want to say it's the 25th for Lando. I think it's either the 25th or 26th. I haven't looked at the calendar yet. Honestly, I haven't made my video yet, so I haven't even done the prop. I've looked at the details like once, but I haven't. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make my video closer to the event. So I didn't actually relook at anything yet, but I will probably this weekend and or Monday morning. There we go. Oh. You know what? I want to check to see if there's any one of my friends in a Hoopa raid that I can just sneak into. Because I do need one. And the reason why I need one is I want to put a Hoopa from Go into my decks. Hold on. There's 2 in raids. Sorry, I'm distracting myself with this Hoopa thing. I just wanted to get it done. Am I stuck behind invisible walls? I'm stuck behind invisible walls. Okay. Okay. Okay, the invisible walls strike again. Alright, I'm at 6 people in this raid. We'll be fine. I just want one. I don't care how good it is. Because I want to put a Hoopa into my decks. It's really what it is. Oh, did we? I'm horrible of looking at movie dates. Anything. Alright. Alright, well, there's... Okay. I'm not helping at all. I'm not helping at all. I should just focus on this raid real quick, and then we'll... Second week of April, I'm guessing it'll be around the same. I mean, nowadays it makes no sense for places not to do the same days for everything, right? Let me silence this game, that way you don't hear it as much. I'm not worried about me losing. You will drive 30 miles to see it. I'm not worried about me losing this raid. I'm just wanting to not seem like I'm just not doing it. Like, everyone's bringing the proper counters, and I'm just like, hi, I'm here. Now, I do have counters. Like, I have my Shadow Scizor, I have a Fairy types here and there. I have my Heracross that I could have megaed. I will see what my, if I do make it to the raid screen. Hold on, we just finished. I will tell you if I get onto the raid screen. I did get the fashionista one. You called that so easy and so hard. There we go. 2816. I think that's close to the higher end. Oh my gosh, stop taunting. I was hoping I wouldn't got called out in the fashionista one raid screen. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have been called out at all, and then I'm like, okay, no big deal. And nope, I got the fashionista one. Oh my god, Kristen wants pizza. That's alright. Kristen didn't eat all day. Of course she didn't. Really don't. I really don't want to buy pizza. I just bought food. I went grocery shopping today. There's food in the house. The invisible wall around the volcano is super... It's interesting because like I was able to cut between it and then I got stuck. And obviously you can just fly around it. And the walls are there to protect you from the lava. I get it. Don't know why I keep on doing that. I'm just diving a little lower just to make sure that we're catching the sparkles for the Gastrodon. No, there's an alpha tentacle that's not shiny. Again, we're looking for any shinies, but we want alpha shinies. Nothing on the Ninetales. Kristen's trying to convince me for pizza for dinner. Even though I had this whole dinner planned out for dinner. Because she makes a big deal that I don't cook on the weekends. She just pulled in. Alrighty. Yeah, she is very determined on the pizza, yes. Dang it. I don't like the fact, because you can't just fly, you can't like fast travel in from the village to any of the areas that you encounter the lore Pokemon. All of them are like that. It is President's Day or George Washington's birthday, depending on how the company wants to title it. It is technically a national holiday, but a lot of federal things, like I think we're still like post office still open, but like courthouses are hit or miss. It really depends on the state you live in. Technically, like the President's Day is a holiday that a lot of companies consider a floating holiday, so they don't like say, oh, some companies like mine will give it to you. Like my old company, they gave it a. Yeah, it is, but it isn't. My old company would give it to us as a floating holiday, so we could use it whenever we want. But we had to wait till the holiday happened, kind of deal. It's one of those accrued hours kind of thing. But my current company, they give us time off like crazy. Like we get. I don't know if I get Good Friday off. I have to double check that. But we get a lot of time off, just in general. Like Kristen's school is closed, but she has to go to work for professional development day. So she kind of, hers is kind of like that. It's a holiday, but she still comes in. So there's no school on Monday. Across like the entire United States, there's no school. Unless your district is using it as a makeup for a natural disaster, like snow days up in the north. You get every bank holiday off, which I never had until this job. I had worked everything for 19 years before starting a CSL. Like, there's companies, like my other company didn't recognize a lot of holidays, but they gave us the two floating holidays a year, which was always just like one of those flexible things. I use both of my floating holidays during the winter holidays, like between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Um, like my old company, I would have had to work from Monday, or I work on Monday. 10 days off Christmas was legit banned at my old job, but kind of standard. That's crazy because that would never happen here unless you work for like a school, of some degree. I work near a school and I don't get that much time off. But I'm not landlord, like it makes sense. I should be there for my residents when things go wrong. I say, like, I'm a management office. Like, if something goes wrong, someone needs to be there to fix things. Like, I get that. Let me check one thing real quick. Honestly, you're not the only person that said that to me. Like, everyone is just super, like, happy that I'm in the position I am, like, employment-wise. Like, they're like, you seem so much happier. You seem like you're constantly just talking about how nice they are. Like, I didn't realize that. I mean, my old employer was good. I don't want to badmouth my old employer. I was just put in a position where I wasn't feeling I was succeeding. I wasn't like there was no way to say that I was doing well there after a certain point. I was doing well there for a very long time, and at a certain point, I kind of reached my peak, and I needed a new environment to develop as a person and as a professional. Honestly, gone are the days you stay with a company for 35 years. Alright, after this, I'm gonna put a quick be right back screen on, and I'm gonna go check in with Kristen. Well, I'm glad you're happier compared to that. That means that you should be in a. I am not ever going to tell someone their job, their employment needs to be a passion. It's great if it is, but it shouldn't be an expectation. And I think I've worked. I mean, I was pushed. Don't get me wrong, I was pushed. I get that. But I don't think it should be an expectation that you find a place, a career that is going to fulfill you that way. Like, at the end of the day, I'm getting a paycheck. Like, that's how I look at my job. It's not end all be all. But I'll be right back. I'm going to check in with Kristen, and then we'll continue for another little bit. I'm back. Ended up getting pizza. So I'm gonna go to about 5-ish. I told her that. She's gonna get the pizza delivered now, but we'll see. I told her we have to have the pork chops tomorrow, because the pork is not gonna last beyond tomorrow. Like, it's straight up just made that decision. I told her half cheese, half mushroom. I don't know why she just half. I'll eat the cheese and mushroom. That's our kind of go-to, is just cheese and mushroom pizza, because I can't. She will not let me have any of the dry meats, like pepperoni, that kind of stuff, because pepperoni makes me gassy, and she doesn't want to deal with that. I don't like most vegetables on a pizza unless it's like intentional. I know, a lot of people don't like mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Chris and I both love mushrooms. Mushrooms on a pizza is interesting, because I tell, like, if the mushrooms are fresh when they get put in the oven, then they're cooked well. If the mushrooms are not good fresh mushrooms, then they can be a little bit of a hindrance on a pizza. Because the beauty of cooking with mushrooms, when you cook with mushrooms right, is the mushroom will absorb that flavor of whatever you're cooking it in. But on a pizza, it doesn't do that. It kind of just sits there. So you have to make sure it's fresh when you put it in the oven for it to bake right. And I will sit there, if someone tells me mushroom pizza is disgusting, I get it. It isn't the best platform for mushrooms in a dish, for sure. Jalapenos, bell pepper, onion, sweet corn on a pizza are the only veg I can do. Jalapenos I can't do on a pizza. Again, I don't think jalapenos in a pizza makes sense unless you just want unless you want the heat. Because I don't think baking a jalapeno really does a jalapeno good in terms of like its flavor. Bell peppers, I'm not a bell pepper fan. I'm not a Works fan. So, but I definitely wouldn't fault anyone for it. Red onion, I have to be in the mood for it. And sweet corn on a pizza, I think it has to be on the. I think just random sweet corn won't make sense to me, but I can see it. I think corn on a pizza makes no sense to me, but I can see it if it's in the right delivery. Like if you tell me you're making like a Mexican pizza, where like you have the sweet corn, you have like the spice, like the usually more of a white cream pizza that has a little bit of the queso blanco with it, and it's almost like you're eating sweet corn, but on a pizza delivery, I can see it. If you're telling me you're putting corn with ham and salami, I could see it. I love ham and salami, don't get me wrong. But Kristen won't let me have dried meats very often because depending on the dried meat, it's the herbs, and I know it is. I feel like it slapped in the tongue. You didn't offend me, but you definitely offended me. Dried meats make me gassy, but it's because of the herbs. I know that for a fact. Like, pepperoni makes me really gassy. Some salamis make me gassy. They have fries on a pizza? I'm not against that. I'm not against it. I think the starch factor makes a lot of sense to me. Like, you didn't offend me, you actually intrigued me. Fam, are we still doing Jamboree tonight? following VTuber who has fries pizza every Saturday before stream. Interesting. I don't know if I could have the same thing every week. Like, I don't get. I can't do that. So pizza will be here right before I end stream, effectively. No, we are. Kristen's like, remember doing it? I said, I thought we were. You just didn't mention anything at all during the stream today, so I was like, huh? Because you usually mention it to me right now. I haven't played Jamboree for almost 2 months. It's been a minute since I picked up Jamboree. But we effectively beat it. Before we go and play with you, I do need to unlock the 2 characters by finding them with the microscope thingy. I do need to do that because my sister-in-law ruined my main. I can't be the same main as her. So I need to find a new main. No, you're fine. Kristen thought I forgot. I'm like, no, I have it playing generally. So was it really Pocket Circuit, or was it just a coincidence that you did that and then you got the ping? Not sure, but I'm going with that. Gotcha. I think it was you had to get so many sub-stories. I think it was a sub-story trigger, and Pocket Circuit obviously is a sub-story. Because when I reread the article I sent you, it said just do sub-stories. Like, they legitimately mentioned doing sub-stories. Because if it was a pure timing trigger, you could have just done nothing and just waited for the ping. But it wanted you to play the game. Yeah, I think I might do the Perfect Dex on. I continue the Perfection Dex trip onto this, and just do it randomly. So like, I'm not going to be tracking the whole progress. I'll just do this when we need something else. Because really, or no, it would make more sense to do on the other file because this file has the fossils we have to do. So never mind, we'll continue, but I won't be streaming it exclusively. I don't know if you're spotting Gastrodon that height. I'm not. I'm having the game tell me. Yeah, that's why you've noticed I've been going lower and lower to make sure I get them to the trigger of the shiny noise. And also the shiny sparkles around it. Like, I can tell the Ninetales, and I can tell the Empoleon. The Gastrodon, I'm just relying on the game function. But I'm also going low enough so I can see the sparkles and not just rely on the sound. I've been purposely flying a little lower, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. The Gastrodon is just a collateral. Like, it's by far not... If I would have to rank the three, I personally want the Ninetales. I know Kristen loves Empoleon, but it's on the same route, so why not? And this is just a reclaim from the Shiny Map quest I abandoned like a year and a half ago. Like, I really am struggling with the motivation with the living decks just in generally. I think this week is a really good week for me to get away from that grind. I don't see how I'm going to be able to get everything by the end of the calendar year just because of the amount of resets I have to do. But I'm going to give it a good honest effort, which will now involve me doing a little bit off stream compared to just doing it all on stream, which is fine. Like, I'm not against that. Oh, what? Oh, you bought it? You got a new car? How expensive was this one? I got one pop up this morning. It was only 2.3. That's not bad for some of the ones you need to get. Oh, and it was a never seen before? That's even better. So you knew you needed it, but you've never seen it before, so you got it on the first shot. That's not bad at all. I'm basically gonna go stream until the pizza gets here at this point. But I'll be able to stream a good bit tomorrow, so I'm not too worried. Like, this being a shorter stream is still gonna be a little over 2 hours. Yeah, I was just there, never seen you move so quick. Hi, Kiani. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Need to head to bed. We'll do this first of all. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. Oh, I will. I've been having a good day so far. It's been the most unproductive, most productive, unproductive day in a very long time. Now, my garage says I was super productive with all the stuff that I did today, but I didn't feel like I got anything done. Have a good day. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... So I'm picking up a chainsaw for my father-in-law tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get just generic oil and stuff for the chainsaw, get the gas. So after church, I'll just have to run up the street to the hardware store to get what I need. Cut down a palm tree in my backyard. And then see... Honestly, all that depends on what Mother Nature doesn't want to rain. It was supposed to rain today, it never did. Which is good, because I got work done. But if it rains tomorrow, then obviously we'll do it next weekend. And if it's way too hot, I'm going to do it next weekend. Like, I don't have to do it tomorrow. I would like to get it done tomorrow, but I don't have to. Oh no, it never happens. Now, if I'm not going to do it tomorrow, I'm not... Ooh, Alpha Driflin. That would have been nice shiny. But it's not. Yeah, if I don't if the weather isn't good or I just don't feel, if it gets way too hot by the time we get out of church, I'm not gonna go get the gas because I'm not gonna store the gas in my garage with the heat that we potentially could be having. Because today's a record high, believe it or not. Tomorrow's gonna be a record high. So I'm gonna be very intentional of when I go get the gasoline and where I store my gasoline. I should be low enough where I can see him. I'm honestly kind of surprised out of everything we haven't seen a single shiny Pure today. Now, that is a product that I'm fairly certain most of the stuff I'm flying over isn't perfected in my decks. They're just level 10s. Or there's part of the flight where I was way too high, so it didn't trigger the sound. And they didn't actually spawn in because they're not. They're there but not there based on how the game is kind of programmed. But as long as I see the targets, that's really all I'm focused on. I do remember like doing this, like when we did the map quest of this. Like when we phased for Snorlax, we got like 24 shinies before we got Snorlax. I remember phasing on Snorlax a lot, and then we phased on Pachirisu a little bit. What did Twitch do? Ah. I complain about random crashes. I'm never on Twitch my phone enough to realize any of that. Like usually, like the other day, like that one week where I couldn't see you because it just didn't want to work on my TV. That's the only time that's ever happened. Actually, this morning I had you on my computer, and then I went out to the TV. Yeah, no, I get it. Kristen uses her phone more than I do. I use the TV app probably more than anything else. Like I would say, Twitch is 99%. If I'm watching someone on Twitch, I'm on my TV. I use the TV app a lot more than anything else. And the pizza's here. So. Okay. Well, the pizza's here now. So I'll do this last run, and then I guess I'll go have dinner with Kristen. And then you want pizza now. You want cheesecake and pizza. Okay. It works. It is also 9:30 your time. You should be full and/or snacking because it's a Saturday. So I'll do this last run and then go eat dinner and then hit you up whenever we're ready to go do Jamboree. I have no snacks in the payday. Fair enough. We just had payday. Our payday was yesterday. So I stocked the house up a little bit. Yours is the 28th? How often do you get paid? Once a month? So my next payday is the 28th. You get paid once a month. I remember those days. I remember being monthly. It was not fun. Okay. Well, 2 hours, no shining. It's not the end of the world. We'll pick this up tomorrow and then Monday as well. Hopefully we will get an alpha as part of the Shiny Alpha week. Um, hope everyone is having a great weekend. Stay safe. Members, I will see you in a little bit as we play some